Hello, I'm Harry Toozle, and welcome to the fifth part of my Business Achievement and Success Challenge. And this is the last one where we do some final reflection. And the final reflection is going to be on these areas: your customer and market knowledge, people, systems, your leadership and strategy, and lastly, the results you want to achieve and how do you measure that. So let's kick off with number 5. And in number 5, I'll have many questions, but the one I want you to think about as we move through this is: how do you measure, analyze, and improve performance in each of the areas I'm going to mention? Think about that. Now, do not try and remember everything and make a column, but I want you to take a workbook, and as I move through these questions and ask you them, just do quick cryptic answers. What that will do at the end, you'll end up with a very quick perspective on your overall views and what you currently think about the market. You can go through it again very slowly. The workbook asks you exactly these questions, so there's no rocket science in this, and just go through this slowly and think about it. And then you can think of going through this challenge videos all over again if you want to. That could be quite useful too. So number 1, your customer and market knowledge. How do you obtain and use customer and market knowledge? That's simple. How do you get it? How do you use it? What should you get and what should you use? Think about that, right? And how do you build relationships with customers, and how do you make sure you are supportive and deliver what you promised? Really? Right? How do you grow customer satisfaction? Well, make promises and deliver them. Over deliver if you can. The second set of questions, and you'll see how quickly this goes, is about people. And the question there is: how do you engage your workforce to do what? To achieve organizational and business success. But I would give you a little hint there. You don't engage people by telling them how important it is for you to make a profit, or I don't get you to be interested in me by telling you how important I am. It's really focused on what you want, or focused on what your, in this case, workforce wants. So if you can look at their objectives and show them how they meet their objectives by meeting your business objectives, you have a winning formula. Now, how do you build an effective and inspiring and encouraging workplace environment? An environment where people feel encouraged, inspired, and they want to work in, right? Think of that. The next part, number 3, is all about systems, right? Systems. What is the habitual way that things work in your business that you want to put onto? So the first thing is, how do you design your work systems? Now, what systems do you have in place? You can even list them very quickly. And the next question is that: how do you manage, and how do you manage and improve your key organizational work processes? So if we really want to think about this very simply, the things that's done on a regular basis, on a very systematic basis, do you have a little manual, say here's the steps, that's how it works? And without that, to computerize it, all one does is you computerize rubbish. So you think about making things habitual, and then you make it systematic. And how do you work and how do you measure that? So systems. And there are many types of systems. And really, you need systems that effectively delivers the right products and service to the customer and delivers the right customers to you. So those systems are probably most important. I'm not talking about admin systems only. I'm talking about systems that deliver customers and systems that deliver products and make them for you. How do you do that? Then your leadership and strategy in that business. So here I have very simple questions. How do your senior leaders lead? What's your leadership style and methods? And don't tell me you don't lead. If you are running a business in charge, you are leading, even if you don't realize it. How do your senior leaders lead? That starts with you. The next one is: how do you develop your strategy? What is your method of developing? Do you sit on your own and come out and the oracle comes up from on high, or do you involve everyone? How do you develop strategy? What do you look at? Now, everything I've just mentioned to you and in this business challenge could be used to develop strategy systematically, effectively. And then how do you implement your strategy? How do you get it done? And really, if you think about it, getting it done is the most important part, which we're going to get to next, which really is this: results and measurement. What results is important and how do you measure those? Now in the workbook there's a little bunch of questions, but the first important question is this. At the end I'll ask this question again. How do you measure, analyze and improve performance in each of the areas that we've just mentioned above? And then as I ask these questions coming, also think, how do I measure, analyze and improve performance in each area? And the first thing is, what are your financial performance results you want? And it's really your sales and profit results. Right? I don't want you to make a list of 20. What profit do you want to make? What sales? That's really what you probably need to think about. You may have a few others in mind. And then what is your marketplace results? And that really is, how do you acquire customers? I would want to know first. And how do you innovate and develop new products and services for those customers? Now there are more results than that. But you start with, how do I get customers? How do I serve them? What results do I want to achieve in that area? Right. Now then, another question here is, what are your customer-focused performance results? So results focused on delivering to the customer, getting the customer, keeping them satisfied, relating to them. What results that you can measure that you want to achieve with your customers? And then what are your product and service related performance results? So do you need to innovate so many products per year? Do you need to develop your products? Do you need to change them? Do you need to adapt them to new customers? What do you need to, what results do you need? Don't list everything. I'm not trying to make you write a encyclopedia of what's possible, but focus on what will really get you better results in your business. Now, what are your workforce focused performance results? So each person in your business, starting probably with yourself, what results should they achieve? What are they accountable for? How will you measure that results? Then, what are your process effectiveness results? Now, you talked about systems, and I've mentioned systems, and that's what I mean. Every system, your performance, how it's done, related and systematically, your processes, how do you make sure there are clear results for each process, and how do you measure that? And then what are your leadership results? And that starts with yourself. And a lot of the leadership results is to be around inspiring and motivating people and getting them enthusiastic around everything I just mentioned. So let's end off with what I asked right in the beginning and in between, which is, how do you measure, analyze and improve performance in each of the performance areas I mentioned above? How do you measure it? How do you analyze it? How do you improve it? Because we have to look at our results, and we have to measure it, and then we have to make sure we improve consistently and continually. Now with that, I will say congratulations, we have done the whole challenge. If you stuck it out to the end, very good. You will have access to all these videos on the page from the email you get, so you can go through them all again. I would suggest you do that on a regular basis, just to use it as a checklist of things that ought to be done. And I would develop my own if I were you, and use my workbook and make notes and improve things for yourself and customize it to yourself, which is what I do with clients. I don't take clients to that thing exactly. I really do customize and respond to a specific business and their particular needs and how they work. But here I can't do that because we have not had a chat. So we've done your vision and habits, and we've done your organization and your strategy. We've looked at habit systems support. We've looked at the environment and project management. And then we've looked at how to create optimism and hope and a positive attitude in your business, in yourself and your staff. And now we've done these reflective questions. So with that, congratulations. I think I don't do that type of thing a lot in my presentations. I find them irritating. But in this case, yes, let's do it again. Congratulations. Thank you for listening. Do remember, you can contact me at any time. This is only available on the video. I'm not going to put a phone number. You can leave a message on that number, or phone me directly. If you just use the contact form on my website, which is probably the easiest, or the email, and just directly email me, then we can get into contact. I'll give you my mobile and other number, and we'll take it from there. Remember, I offer a free workshop to people. That's really what it comes down to, 2 months of free coaching, which means it starts with that workshop, and if that's of interest, we follow it up. And usually people find it interesting and follow up. So with that, I'm going to thank you. I'm going to say very best wishes for the future. I hope things go really well with you. But do remember, I'm here. You can talk to me, go through those workshop videos and the workbook again. Thank you very much for listening and doing this challenge with me. And I will be in contact from time to time with some other benefits and things I can think of that will benefit people and make them think and jog the memory a bit. For that, thank you, all the best, and goodbye.